You're muted.
Thanks very much, guys. Welcome to anybody new. I'm Rachel. Thanks for being here. And Dawn, do you want to go ahead and start us off? We've got Dawn and Donovan. Dawn back. Do you want to start us off with whatever you want to chat about? Hey, Justine.
Sure, and I popped my question in the chat as well.
Sorry, I am not seeing it. My connection went out for a moment.
No problem. It's a real quick one.
Yeah.
So my course, which is up and live on Xperiencify, has a series of tags in it, but the tags were automatically applied as it came in as an EMC, one of Murray's EMCs. My question is, because I'm now inexperienced at tags, I want to remove a tag. But I'm a little sensitive to removing a tag from someone who's already accessing the course without, kind of disappointing them, shall we say. So how do you remove a tag?
Okay, so technically the way to remove a tag is just to go to the student's profile and remove it, or you can do it in bulk just by selecting a group of students. And then from the drop-down menu in the top right corner, you'll have an option to remove a tag. So when you're looking at your student panel, if you were to select a list of students up at the top right, you would have a menu and there'll be an option to add a tag or remove a tag. So that's how you do it. Did that answer your question as far as making it work? Because it sounded like you were not sure if you wanted to take the tag away. I just want to make sure I understood your question.
I'm going to take the tag away. I'm pretty sure I know what the tag is, and I'll double, triple, and quadruple check before I take the tag away. I just wanted to know, how do I go in and do that? I don't want to really muck around. Although if I were to really follow it up, I'd send in a support request and we'd get that all figured out. So anyway, thank you very much. That answers my question.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you can't. And that's, if the tag is just doing one thing, then just removing that tag won't muck anything else up. So
yeah, it's the EMC tag, which at the beginning is set as a default. They didn't complete, so that at the end of anyway, I think I'm done with this one. That was a pretty good answer, and I think I know where I'm going.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Don.
Oh, you're back. Okay, great.
I'm back. Yeah. Yeah. So the tag you were saying was set up as the EMC tag that removes them automatically at the end of the course, but you don't want them to be removed.
Right. So I'm going to delete that tag, and that's going to give them evergreen access, and away they go.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Don. All right. Who's next? Donovan.
Hi there. Yeah, I think I'm just like underutilizing Xperiencify, and I do have the one course. Oh, there you go. So I've got one course right now. How do we know to like spend time on a new course versus just like making sure we promote the first one more? I mean, so just like more of a strategic question. I think I don't want to waste time unnecessarily, and that's I guess a strategic question. Like, when do we know we need another course, and maybe like what is a strategy or two around thinking through that?
Yeah. So do you have people in your first course?
I do. I actually recently did a talk, and I added 7 people, and only one of the 7 actually did anything with it with free access. So it was a bonus for staying to the end of a webinar, but basically people didn't value that bonus for having it for free. So I mean, strategically, it makes me think like if somebody makes a purchase, that's going to be more meaningful than if they don't. And
agree.
So yeah, I just have basically one course so far, and just wondering how to introduce another, or how to best utilize what I've got.
Right. Were you able to get any feedback from people on the first course on what's working for them, how it's going? Because that's always
not really. Yeah, not really. I guess I've had, let me take a look. Yeah, most people didn't complete it. I have a total of 47 in there, and maybe 17 of them got it for free.
Okay.
And they've gone into this over the course of a couple of years. So it's been Yeah, basically a little bit of a trickle.
Okay. Okay. So you've had this up for a couple of years and you've sold 30 of them. So you
Yeah.
have sold it.
Yeah,
Cool.
mostly the discounts was 37. I've mostly sold them at 7.
Uh-huh. Okay, cool. And so of the people who bought it, have you been able to get any kind of feedback form, anything that you can do to get a sense of their
Well, yeah, I think,
experience?
yeah, from like a structural standpoint, people that are pretty experienced with even teaching say it's pretty solid. It was a lot of work, and I think
Mm-hmm.
I see other people kind of churning out these things much faster than I did. And that's why I don't have a
Mm,
second one, and wondering about, like, whether we should put time or energy into that, or just, figure out more things to do with this one.
yeah. What does your audience want, to the best that you know? I mean, yeah, that's the $1 million question, but from what you know of watching them in this course, of just talking to people outside the course, do you feel like this course was actually meeting what they needed, or what they wanted, not what they needed?
Yeah, probably met what they needed, but I don't know
Mm-hmm.
about what they wanted. So, it's designed for kids. I've worked for 20 years as a school counselor, and for
Mm,
the past 6 years, I've been a coach. And, I think definitely I'm getting more of a feel for, at least in the marketing side of things, how we have to sell them what they want. And then within the course, what I did is actually kind of, what happened poorly for me is getting specifics on who I am and what that lines me up to do. So
uh-huh.
what I do is give kids a really rough idea of who they are in like 5 minutes. So getting a rough
Mm,
idea is much more useful, because to me there was a bunch of really random things like pilot, police officer, lawyer, musician, writer, like that's, and then accountant, I think. So there's like all these really random specific things that the personality assessment that I took many years ago churned out, and that just made me 10 times more confused. So kids want to make, decisions about their future and plan to have a future where they get to live the lifestyle they want, instead of just being stuck in a job that they accept. And they
mm-hmm.
see maybe 80% of the grown-ups out there just settled for whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm curious. Forgive me if you said this and I missed it when the connection cut out. Have you tried doing like an expiring mini course or some kind of
Haven't
mini
yet. No,
course?
that's kind of like, I watched that, if we had to sign up for something, I think I signed up to be able to do it, or if that just comes with being a lifelong member. I have not tried that yet.
It's sounding like that might be worth doing, like creating something very short, bite-sized, doable that they can get and give them the motivation potentially to need to consume it immediately, because that's what it sounds like didn't happen to the levels that you wanted before. And then based on, if you can get people through even like a 2-day or 3-day thing, you've got some more information. Don's saying something about the EMC approach. Yeah, worked as a prototyping tool. I wonder if you want to take a look at doing something like really small, quick bite size, and give them the time frame as a motivation to get it done, because it sounds like you just need to move both energy around this and literally move people through it more, and things kind of got not completely stalled. You've had people in it, but you're wanting to to move things and get stuff happening here. So I'm feeling like that mini course approach might make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
And
that's what this one is. It's just a mini course. It's
oh,
maybe
got it.
21 minutes in total for 3 sections. So it's pretty short as it is.
Okay. 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 And it just sounds like you haven't had the level of engagement you want with it. So it could
Yeah.
be worth taking a different tactic. Have you surveyed your audience at all? Like, not even in the course, but just done surveys, whether it's on Facebook or to an email list, like to really get what would make them go, yes, if you give me a free thing this weekend, I will set aside time to do it. Like, what would actually do that for them? It sounds like,
No, I haven't. I mean, there's a couple of, being a school counselor and actually figuring out what the kids needed over the course of the years, I was able to see kids every day, all day long, and
mm-hmm,
parents as well. So I created tools that, number one, that one cracks the code on being able to use personality assessment in a much more powerful way in a short amount of time so that you can match that up with a career. And the other thing I created is, I created the traffic light for the inner world to make self-awareness simple. And so they're not necessarily desirables as much as once I use them over and over again with families, they become like a go-to tool or resource. So yeah, to me, I've got a couple of massive breakthroughs on the inner world that I don't know that I want to go making, unless I can line those up. Like if they say, I want this, and then it lines up with one of these two tools, that would really be ideal. I feel like I've created some pretty massive breakthroughs that just need more, spreading out to the world. But if there's something bite-sizey that's even shorter than 21 minutes, then I see where you're coming from.
It might be shorter, or it might be just a different bite-sizey that is more targeted to what they want. Because it sounds like it's just not clicking enough yet for people to go, yes, I'm ready to jump into this and make it a priority.
Okay.
So you might want to just really spend some time surveying your audience, talking to people, talking to who you're in conversation with in this world, who would be your audience, and really, really drill down on what their perspective is of what they want.
Yeah, I think what I can do is maybe go look. I made like dozens and dozens of reels on Facebook, so I could maybe go back and look at the ones that have worked the best and actually like make them a little lengthier into a course. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Donovan. Stefan, you here?
Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm here.
Hello. Hey.
I'm new here, so it's the first time I assist, and I'm trying to get a course up running. Thank you.
Welcome.
And I have several questions. The first question is, I also bought this expiring mini course tool.
Okay.
And I created a course there, but then I wasn't so satisfied with the quality, and I have made 3 videos for, and I have now set up the course in the Xperiencify, on the Xperiencify platform. And now I should know how I can make out of this course on the Xperiencify platform also a course that is gone after 3 days or after 4 or 5 days, whatever I would put in the clock, and I have not found out how I can do this, so that the course is completely lost if the participant, if the student doesn't end the course within this time frame. So I would like to know how I do this.
Sure. So you want to know how to set up an expiring mini course. Is that right?
Yes, how I do set up an expiring mini course in the normal Xperiencify platform. In the
regular platform, absolutely. Yeah, so let me give you first the broad overview, and we have help docs and videos as well that walk you through like every single step, because there's a few steps to it. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to create a tag that removes them if they don't check off all the actions. And then if I
take a note.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be helpful for you to go through the actual help doc that takes you through every single step, and maybe we can go through some of it today here, but I want to check in on all the questions we have and make sure we can cover everything. Because basically the help documentation will take you through every specific step, but basically the tags are going to automatically remove anybody who hasn't finished the course. If they have finished the course, then they'll get a different tag that will mean they won't get removed.
Okay, so that means I make 2 tags. I have to make like 2 tags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The word tag is not so familiar with my English, but I will get it done. I know it's some form of information, whatever.
Yeah, so let me see if I can just pop another pop a couple help docs in real quick. Yeah, a tag just basically is a way to identify a student. Like if a student gets a tag that says remove today, then that student is getting removed today. If the student doesn't have that tag, then they aren't getting removed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I have understood that. So I have to make two tags. One to remove the student who has not made within this time frame, has not answered all let's say all work that he had to do, and another tag that the course stays active for the student if he has done all his jobs.
Correct. Yeah.
His work.
And there are different ways you can set it up, but basically the tags are going to determine what happens or doesn't happen to a student. A tag will determine either a student gets to stay or a student automatically gets removed.
Okay.
So that's
I have understood this, and I will try to see if I can do this.
Okay, cool. We can
basically
go ahead.
Basically, for me as not so young, as not so tech good, I think I was able to manage quite well the setting up the course so far, and I also had to translate all that stuff into German because my course is going to be in German. The clients are German speaking. So a big thank you to all the people who have developed this platform and made these good videos to help
That's
the older
fantastic to
folks
hear.
like me and some other people maybe around. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's to say. And then I have another question. How do I get people from the sales page if they just give me their email address and their name? How do they get automatically into the program for this expiring mini course? This I haven't figured out yet.
So yeah, once you have created your course, if you go to step 6 in your course, you know, when you open up a course, you'll see step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
And step 6 will give you the order form for that course. So all you need to do to get somebody into the course is have them enter their name and their email into that order form.
Okay.
So if you have a separate sales page, in the sales page, you're just going to put the link to the order form.
So this order form comes with a link that I can copy practically into the sales not into the, where do I copy this link?
You could do it in a sales letter, you could do it in a sales page, anywhere that you are connecting with people and inviting them to join your course. You just give them the link that you'll find in step 6 to the order form.
Okay, maybe I'm missing a step. So I have a sales letter where people hopefully will then enter their email and name and then click to submit or whatever. And then when they click on submit, they go where?
Okay, so if it depends what they're clicking on. If you're talking about giving them the link to the order form for the course, then as soon as they enter their name and email, they are automatically taken into the course. They're signed up.
That's what I would like to, so they don't have to like give me 2 times their names or stuff.
Yeah, so just give them the direct link to the order form, and you'll find that in step 6. It'll say, here's a link to the order form.
Yep.
Just copy and paste that anywhere you want.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Cool. Absolutely. Thanks, Stefan.
And
yeah.
And if I may, then there's a hopefully last question. Then I have this expiring mini course, and at the third, let's say, video of this expiring mini course, I obviously make the sales pitch so that they can sell them another course. How can they then from this, when I'm on this video, then where do I direct them to that they can make the order for the course to pay?
Same thing. So your new course that they are going to pay for is also in step 6 going to have a link to its own order form. So you just want to give them that link to the order form of the new course and say, hey, here's how you get to continue.
I would like put it down below the video, as I would tell him, below the video, you see the link where you can order the course.
You can do that. Yep. You can put it in the training notes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Or I can I even write it inside of the video that the people see, but then it would not be active, I guess.
Yeah, you would need to keep things simple. You would want to give them an actual link to click on, but there's lots of ways you can get them a link to click on. You can put it in the training notes below the video. You can just send them an email. You'll probably want to give them more than one option to click that link. So you can put it a couple of places, make sure and send them an email and give them the link.
I would like to have this done as fast as possible, so that it's as easy as possible for people. How would you suggest to do it when it is as easy as possible? So they see a video where I make this sales proposal, and what do you think would then be the easiest? So while watching the video, or at least when the video is over, as with no complication. So
I would put it two
complicated.
places. Yeah, I would put it two places. I would put it in the training notes below that video. And I would also send them an email just to make sure that they get it and see it.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That already helps me a lot, and I will see if I am able to implement this. Thank you very much.
Sounds good, Stefan. You're welcome. All right, Alex, how's it going?
Hi there. I think Uma raised her hand before me, right? I'm not sure about this.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, thank you. Well, we can
Actually, no. Go ahead, Alex. I think I raised my hand after you.
Oh, okay. Well, good evening, everybody from Europe. I'm one of the new members of the Xperiencify family. I got the lifetime membership
Welcome.
because I did some
awesome.
yeah. Could you please repeat your name again? Because I see only Xperiencify in your name.
Yes, I'm Rachel.
Okay. Hi,
Nice
Rachel.
to meet you.
Nice to meet
Hey.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're building a course, basically, me and my partner. So it's on AI. And we're going to launch it at the end of November. We're working hard on it. There's a lot of stuff to do. So we've been mainly focusing, on like doing all that stuff with the prompts, AI, videos. We didn't touch yet the gamification part, which is the good stuff about Xperiencify. So I would have around 2 questions regarding this. So the first thing is, what would you advise for beginners, with the gamification part? Because we don't have experience with this. You talk to a lot more people. What would you advise for new people on Xperiencify? What should we leverage more? What mistakes should we avoid? This would be the first question.
Totally. Yeah. And the good news is that the biggest and simplest things we recommend are kind of built right into the platform. You almost can't avoid them, especially points is one of the key features of how this works, is having, with every training, having action steps or training actions and points that they check off. So this right there is huge. So what we recommend is breaking your content up so that videos are not super long. Usually, this is going to vary for topic, but usually 10 to 20 minutes is
that's fine.
A great length for a video. And then immediately, here's a simple gamification structure. They watch the video, and then as soon as they watch the video, there's an action that says watched video, and they click that to check it off. They get the sound effect, they see the points bar pop up, and then you give them one more action, which is something simple. So you already got this. Again, they get to check it off, points, actions. You can also just throw in a couple celebrations. And these are super simple to set up. It's in step 5 of your course. It takes about a minute. And so make that sporadic, not every single action, so that it's not expected, but just every once in a while, maybe the first action they check off, do a big celebration. So it's fun. And then randomly put them in. If there's something that's particularly challenging, let's say you have one training or action that is a little bit harder or more people tend to get stuck on, recognize that. And as soon as they complete that, do a celebration acknowledging hey, look what you just completed, and giving some kind of feedback about how they just completed this challenging thing.
Yeah, that sounds great.
You can
yep.
also throw in emails and SMS text messages if you want, which will function in a similar way to the celebrations. It can be congratulating them. It can be saying, hey, look what you just did. It can let them know your new training just got released. Jump in right here with your magic link. By the way, while we're talking about best practices, something we always recommend doing is putting your magic link in every single email that you send. Because
What,
this
what do you
makes,
mean with this magic link? When you say magic link, what exactly would it be?
yeah, the magic link is the way that students can log into their course really easily with one click. It has their password built in. So anytime you write an email, you can pull up a token for the magic link. So every single student will get their unique magic link going into their program.
Yeah.
And it makes it super easy. We've actually found this is like the biggest indicator of students completing courses is if you
Really?
include, really, I know it's wild. We have all this fancy stuff, but the biggest factor is you include that magic link in every email. It makes it so easy for them just to click and hop in. So I would,
Wow, that's super interesting.
isn't it? I know. We're doing like,
Because I mean, I've been doing marketing, like I do marketing and stuff, and that's what like I never like. I know that removing friction is a game changer, but like just in the email, like putting something like that.
every
That's
email.
very nice.
They don't have to think about it. They don't have to go look for a password. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
here it is, click, go. So
Nice,
if you
nice.
if you did those basics, you put in actions, you put in points, you've got the sound effects, you've got celebrations sprinkled in, and you've got maybe some text messages coming with congratulations, and you've got emails coming with a combo of congratulations and here's your new training and here's your magic link to hop in. That right there is some basic gamification that's gonna completely change.
Nice, perfect. And the second question I had, like, I don't know, is this feasible or not? You know, is it because the course is going to be around like 12 modules. So one of the idea would be, for example, to give them access to the first module for free, to get them, you know, in the system, to get them hooked somehow. You know, like they started with the first module for free, they like it, and then if they want more, well, then they have to buy the course. Is that possible, or how would you approach that?
Best way to do that is to make them separate courses, but make it a seamless experience to go straight into the next one.
Yeah.
Another option is you can set up a subscription payment model. So like they're paying monthly, or even you can set up actually any payment module you want, whether it's a subscription or a series of payments, but you can give them the first month for free using a coupon. So this is a way that you could require them to put in their credit card info up front. They get the first month free. And then if they don't choose to cancel, they'll automatically start getting charged.
Yeah, that would not exactly be ideal. Yeah, it makes sense, but like that would not be ideal. You said the first thing that you mentioned, like to do it like in 2 separate courses and make it a seamless experience. So for example, because I could put like module 1 in 1 course.
Yeah.
And I guess it would be similar to what Stefan was saying, right? If they would get at the end of the first course, you know, they, hey, you completed it. Here's your reward. There's the link to get the full course at like a $20 discount.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got it. All right. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Awesome. Uma.
Hey, thank you. This is, I'm actually very new, and unlike Stefan, who said he's new, but already built a course and everything, I've done nothing. I'm like really, really brand new.
Welcome.
So I just, thank you. So I have a community right now on Mighty Networks. I have about 100 people there. I'm trying to, you know, and then I like I did the mini course and bought the EMC generator and then like fell in love with the product. So I'm like, okay, I want to, you know, move from Mighty Networks to Xperiencify. And another thing is I've also not been doing self-paced courses or on-demand courses. I've been doing live sessions on Mighty Networks. So now I'm trying to get into the, you know, the courses space. So I have a couple of questions. So first of all, my question is, how would I move those 200 people I have into this? Like, do I need to have a course? Like, is that the model, or can I just move people and give them the forum and, you know, have that community like experience in Xperiencify?
You will need to move them into a course, but it could just be a free course. It doesn't need to be anything. You can just create a course that's free, but in order to import them, you'll need to import them into a course, even if it's just by title. But what you can do is just bulk upload a list of students. You can just upload a CSV file of students into Xperiencify. The thing that's really, really important to know about that is that there's a help doc that'll tell you exactly how to do this, and it will give you a sample CSV file to use. And you need to title the columns of your CSV file exactly the same as in the sample document. Like, don't change the capitalization, don't change anything, because that'll mess it up. But otherwise, you just upload a list of students, and they are in, again, it's got to be into a course, but you can just create a course that doesn't have any content. You just need to move them, add them to a course in order to move them into your student database. Does that make sense?
Got it. Yeah. And does it have to be called a course? Like, can I call it like, you know, my like Limitless Leaders community?
Absolutely. Yeah. Call
Like,
it whatever you want. Yeah.
yeah, but but in the like in the experience anywhere, are they going to see like courses? Like, is this going to be listed as courses, or is there a way I can change that?
You can change it.
Because I see my courses. Okay. So the my courses, I can change it, right? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
The second question I have, sorry, I have a bunch of questions. So if I were to create this, you know, free welcome course, right, or whatever I call it, and get all these people in, will I be like, is there any guidance on how I can create some basic actions where they go and introduce themselves in the forum, do things like that, and get points?
To have them get points, at this moment, you would need to create a course to have points. In the future, we're going to have what's going to be called social points, where they can get points for commenting in the forum. That may be coming by like end of year. I can't make promises on the timeline, but we are working on it now. But at this moment, if you want to use points, you would need to create a course and give them actions to check off.
Got it. Is there any is there any specific like onboarding guidance or anything that we have available for a fun onboarding type of flow?
For what specifically?
For onboarding, when these students are like brand new and coming into the course, like, is there an onboarding experience that's recommended?
For your students? You're talking about
Yes.
onboarding your students? Did you say?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's best is if you create that, because that's going to look different for every single course or program or community. Like, yours is not going to look the same as Donovan's. So what's best is if you create them a very simple, like, little Loom video, and just show them like, here's where to go, here's how to introduce yourself into the forum, and just let them know. Yeah, Brandon's
Okay.
saying he's building an onboarding, networking, and mentorship course, and he's saying add actions to the homepage of the course, encouraging them to comment in the forum. Yeah, so that's a way you can do it, but you would just need to create an actual like course that doesn't have to, I mean, a course can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't need to look any particular way, but there just needs to be actions that students can check off. So those can be on the homepage, they can be anywhere.
Okay.
Does that help?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And another question related to this is there any way, like, so I have right now in Mighty Networks, you know, a global community, you know, and then where anyone can join. And then I have subgroups like Women's and League group, or, you know, people looking for like job seekers, things like that. So is there any way to do that, or each one of these have to be like a course?
Nope. You can set up the forum however you want. You can create a space for everybody who has a particular tag. They can be everybody from the same course, they can be from different courses, but you get to decide exactly who you want to have access to a forum space.
Oh, super. Okay, so that
Yeah.
is possible. And then is there a leaderboard? Is there a so where people can
No,
click
not
copy?
yet. Not yet. But what you can do is just grab the information out of your admin dashboard. Like it'll tell you how many points everybody has. So you can always just make that public yourself in whatever way you want. We'll have built-in leaderboards coming in the future, but I don't have further details on that yet.
Got it. And then last question, how much like formatting or like branding the pages and the course pages to our brand is possible?
Yep.
Like, is
Yep.
it possible to do good level of formatting? Okay.
Totally. You can put your colors, your logo, move the page around however you want to a certain extent. But yeah, I can definitely have your branding.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you so much. That is it. This was super helpful.
Awesome. Thanks, Uma. Yeah, Donovan.
You mentioned something about help decks. I'm assuming like those are like Google slide decks or PowerPoint decks. Where are some of those like base? Did you
Sorry,
say
I'm
something?
not sure what, not sure what you're.
Okay,
what
it
you're referring
sounded
to
like
that I
you were
said.
saying that there's like access to slide decks that actually explain some of these simple things. Am I wrong about that, or
We have a whole help center. Help
it's in the help
docs.
center?
Yeah.
Oh, help docs, documents. Okay.
A lot of them
Gotcha.
have tutorials, video tutorials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I clicked on that. So okay.
Yeah. So
All right,
that's in your
found it,
account. Got that? Or that is.
I found that. And then let's see my other question. Oh, like when you were thinking about a short course, like a bite-sized course, how much total time were you thinking is one of like the length of a mini course that somebody does consume because it's bite-sized? Like what's your estimate of that?
There's
range?
no, there's no one size, but I mean, I would say certainly something they can do in a week or less, potentially much less. It could be something they could complete in a day, potentially. So it could be an hour total. Could be
Okay, so
3
21
days.
minutes is already probably pretty bite-sized.
Yeah.
Okay. And then is there something that's too short? I mean, is 21 minutes start to be on the verge of like what somebody can just do on a Facebook live stream or
The thing is, it's really not about the time. It's about what they're getting out of it. So
Sure.
how quickly can you give them what it is that you're giving them that's of value to them that they want in this
Totally.
moment?
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I mean, honestly, like 21 minutes was a stretch with this particular tool because I literally made it up on the spot 4 minutes before a school counselor meeting, and I didn't want to send the student away because it's like 4 minutes in school counselor years is like a day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I
Awesome.
actually threw it together and it was very valuable to just give a quick go over because it's it gets the results quickly.
Right. Absolutely. No, 21
Cool.
minutes is nice and quick, but it's obviously it's not about the time. It's about what they're getting out of it. So
Thank you.
of course. Thanks, Donovan. Brandon.
Hello.
Hey.
My question, the main one I have for today, is are student responses, whether it be to multiple choice or the essay responses, are those logged anywhere, either for their later review or for my review as the educator?
Both. They're logged for the student in their student profile. Like the student has like a profile icon, and then that'll bring them to a drop-down menu with a bunch of list of things like notifications and password and all of that. So under points, I'm pretty sure it's called, they'll be able to click and see every action that they've done. And for you as the admin, it's in their activity log. So you've got to open up the student's activity log. This, to be
Okay.
honest, is not super ideal in my opinion, and we're
Right.
gonna be creating much better processes for analytics and reporting and things like viewing a bunch of student answers at once. Because right now, yeah, you do need to open up each student activity log and go in, which
Mhm.
is a bit time consuming, but you can absolutely see everything they've responded.
Okay. Are there any analytics right now, like the percent correct on the multiple choice?
Percent correct on multiple choice, no.
Okay. Is there any way to export essay responses currently? So I can
Not
do
currently.
analytics
That's
elsewhere.
on our feature request list for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what my main question was on today.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Brandon. And thanks for chiming in about the onboarding that you're doing. Stefan, yeah.
Yes, thank you. I have another
Cool.
question. And I was looking for these tags. Where do I find the tags that I can set?
If you go to your account section,
Mhm.
I believe. Let me see. I'm gonna pop this help doc in the comments right here.
Tags. Yeah, in the account section, I see tags above.
You see it? Yeah.
Mhm.
And I
And
also
how would
just go ahead.
Then I see EMC completed 591,328 and stuff like this. So I see EMC gave feedback, EMC lesson 1 completed. So what would I now like put in? Or
Okay,
type a
so
new
I
tag
just
name?
sent you in the chat. I just sent a link to the tags article. And
Mhm.
this is going to take you step by step through how to set them up. But basically, all you do is just type in the text field and you can add a new tag.
Okay. Mhm.
Can you see that?
I will try that. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Uma, for dropping the info on the office hours. And Donovan.
Okay, one last thing.
Yeah.
I was wondering about the EMC feature. When that came out, I thought that I jumped on it and signed up for it, but I'm not finding it anywhere. Is that something that's within when we're already logged into Xperiencify? Is that in email?
If you need help with the EMC generator, email Murray directly. Murray at Xperiencify.
Okay.
Xperiencify.com. That's his project. Yeah. I mean, his other project. Uma, yeah.
Yeah, I had another question. So once I bring these people in with like a free welcome kind of an experience, what do you recommend? Like, I've not been selling courses. I've been doing, live coaching and mentoring so far. But as I get into this, courses space, like, should I do a free course, like a mini course first and then upsell? Like, what works? Like, what has worked for you guys as well as for the community?
Yeah, what works really well in a lot of cases is this expiring mini course that we've been talking about. Which, are you familiar with that concept?
Yes.
The expiring mini course? Yeah. So that works great just because, again, it's as long as you're really landing on something that your people really want, if you can give them an option to get this for free and motivation to get through it quickly, that's going to get the wheels turning and get them excited about your paid offer. So it's a really, really effective way to actually start moving people into a paid course.
Got it. Yeah, that's super helpful. So then, like, the expiring mini course is free, and then we upsell.
It can be free or it can be a low cost, either way. But the point is that there's a time limit for them to consume it if they want to keep the content for life. And of course, you make that clear up front that you're joining this with the understanding that if you don't complete it, you'll lose the content. But if you do complete it, you get to keep the content for free or a super discounted rate. So that gives them a nice, good motivation to do it.
And is there a pricing guidance, like anything available on how we should think about pricing for the courses?
That's really going to be unique to every industry and so many factors. There's not one single standard because, first of all, it's completely different by industry, and even within industry, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'll ask.
You can
just in
certainly check, poll people on our Facebook if you want to get some ideas, especially from people who are doing similar types of work or in a similar field. You can certainly ask, what are people charging?
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. How are we doing? Just checking the comments here.
I found my EMC and the code for setting it up. So
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
maybe that'll make
Great.
life a lot easier, is to get some AI help with cranking one out.
Can absolutely help. Fantastic. Well, great stuff, you guys. Anything else as we wrap up? Last questions, comments, shares? Doing good? Feeling good? Got the gamification basic thing, Alex? Is that making sense?
Yeah, all good. No, I got some like interesting advice, because like when you put the piece of the puzzle together, like it makes sense to launch with like the first module of our course is going to be free, which is exactly what you said with Uma, basically. So if they finish it, the idea would be that we can give them, for example, like, I don't know, $20 discount for the main course.
Totally.
And I think this should be done, like at least like 3 or 4 days before the big launch of the course, because I think if we do it like 1 week before, even if they finish it, they're going to forget about the course. But if we do like a couple of days, 2 to 3 to 4 days before, I think that would be like the best timeline to do it. We're going to add some gamification, like they watch the video, they use the prompts for AI. The more difficult modules with automation, we can give them extra points, a celebration. Made a lot of sense that you said to keep it random, because otherwise, if it's predictable, I guess, it's less functional. And I think that was pretty much it. As long as you make and I think that people want this kind of course with AI, learning how to free time and stuff like that. So it would make sense to what you said with the expiring mini courses, like give people something that they would really want, and they want this.
Yeah.
And I guess, am I missing something else? I'm just trying to,
no,
say it out loud. So
you're great. No, and it's great to not overcomplicate things. So I love that you're.
And the magic link, and the magic link,
Yeah,
and the magic link, like would try to send it all the time in the emails.
Yeah. You also mentioned wanting to sell them in like right away or quickly. Keep in mind, you can pre-sell your course, even if you're not ready to open up all the content yet. XP actually really works well for pre-selling something, because what you can do is have all of your content either in draft mode, or you can even this does get a little slightly more complex, but you can hide it with tags. But the simple way is keep all your content in draft mode, and it won't be seen by students yet. But what you could do is sell the course at any time, have them purchase, they're immediately taken into their dashboard. And on their dashboard, they have just a quick welcome video from you. So they're excited about being there. They've got a couple like initial pre-actions to get the energy flowing, like, put the calls on your calendar or whatever, whitelist our email, just simple things. And they're already in, they've committed, they're excited by this simple but fun little, first experience you've created. And you don't have to give them access to the content till a week later or whenever you have it ready.
That's interesting. So like as a pre-sale, right? Yeah, it makes sense, because if I would be selling the course for like $200, what we can do is, for example, like we can sell it to 10 people, with like limited numbers. For the first 10 people or 20 people, we sell for like $150. So they would buy it, but then we tell them, it's like, you buy it, You pay, you get into the dashboard, but the course will launch on this specific date. But you get the discount, I guess.
Right.
So just to
right.
get some early adopters, like not early adopters, but like early students somehow. Yeah, that's
Totally.
nice.
Great.
That's nice.
Cool. Yeah, Donovan, what else you got?
Yeah, I was just wondering on like the store link that we have or the store page that we have. I'm wondering what's the best place to actually link people in, like on a tab on a website, or what are some of the options for giving people access?
Access to what?
Like instead of like what I was thinking, instead of just giving people the link to go on the store page, maybe they should, have a link right on my website and it goes from the tab to the store, or what's maybe the best practice to get somebody to take action on a purchase?
I would give them the link directly to the order form for what you want them to purchase,
Right to the order form and
or
not
to a
worry
sales
about-
page.
Oh yeah, sales page would be better than just a like a purchase form. Yeah. So sales landing page. And then does that work pretty well in social as well? I know we're not supposed to be selling on our personal pages, but making an announcement about social and then maybe having us get messaged is probably
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Oh, and then
Yeah, I would
last
definitely do that.
is it within the group that we'd maybe find helpers to help us to actually work on this if we're like going too slow and we planning on doing it, but maybe somebody in the group could help us actually crank it out and get it done?
Like actually do the putting it together for you?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
finding
you can ask in the group. We also have done for you services through our team if you want
Oh, right.
to do that. So,
Okay.
but yeah, absolutely. You can ask for
So
that.
it's okay either way. It's not like
Mhm.
only ask for the done for you services. It's okay to just put a post.
No, you can ask in the group. Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. Great stuff. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. Happy Thanksgiving next week.
Am I late to this? When did this start?
We are just ending. Yeah, but I
Okay.
will have the recording up by this evening.
Okay, well, what time does it usually start? Because obviously it's wrong on my calendar.
12 noon Pacific.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Bye.
All right. Thanks so much, you guys. Take care.
Have a
I'll
great
see you
day.
soon.
Ciao. Thank you so much.
Bye.